Okay, so what we're going to look at now is we're going to look at the notes on the fifth string playing fifth string bar chords. The thing to remember is that the fifth string is very similar in movement to the sixth string. The fifth string, of course, starts with A and then moves up from there. And remember, when we did the sixth string, we memorized 1, 3, 5, 7, and then 8 and 10, which surrounded the ninth fret. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 10. Okay? The fifth string works exactly the same way, except instead of using 1, you're going to use 2. So you're going to have 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 10. So you have A, the second fret would be B, the third fret would be C, the fifth fret would be D, the seventh fret would be E, and then 8 and 10 would be F and G that surround that fret. So you're going to have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? And just like on the sixth string we use the E shapes, on the fifth string we're going to use the A shapes. So here what we're doing is we're going to take the A chord and we're going to move that A chord up and down the fretboard. So we're using this A, okay, and we need to move up and then of course bar once we've moved it up, because again, think of the bar as the nut. So if you're here, it's in the proper position. If I move up one fret, I'm one fret too high. So I of course would need to move the nut up, which in turn means I'm going to be using my first finger. Now, when we play fifth string bar chords, it is possible to play with 3 different fingers like this, similar to what you would do with an A chord. The problem is when you get to these smaller frets, it's hard to make all 3 notes or all 3 fingers fit in there. So what a lot of people like to do, including myself, is instead of using 3 different fingers to press on those 3 strings like an A chord, you're going to use your third finger to press on those 3 strings, and then your first finger to press on the bottom 5 strings. And that would be your bar chord. So this would be A, 1 fret higher, which is A sharp. Okay, and then of course second fret, like we just talked about, would be B, then C sharp, then D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, and so on. So again, memorize 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 10, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then think about, again, the same thing we did on the sixth string. Visualize the shape. Visualize moving this A chord up the guitar. So if you want C, for instance, you'd go to the third fret, which is C on the fifth string, you would bar, and you would make the A shape. Because again, A, 3 frets higher, would be C. Now, of course, the question always comes up, well, if a song asks for C, should you play this C, or should you play this C, or should you play this C? And the truth is, it doesn't matter. You can play any C. The point of the fifth string bar chords is that they're not going to give you anything new. They're going to give you a different place to play the same thing that you've already done on the sixth string, which is very beneficial when you don't want to move up and down the entire fretboard. So let's use an example. Let's say, for instance, I wanted to play the chord progression F sharp, B, and C sharp, which is a 1, 4, 5 in the key of F sharp. So I could have F sharp here on the sixth string, and instead of having to move all the way up to B here, which again would be just fine, I could move to B right underneath me. So I have F sharp, which is my 1, B, which is my 4, and C sharp, 2 frets higher, which is my 5. 1, 4, 5. You see, that way everything's in one spot. So I could play whatever the song would be. Okay, so I'd have them all in one little spot, which is really nice to have instead of having to move across the sixth string. But that doesn't mean moving across the sixth string is wrong. You certainly can do it that way as well. I could have moved B or F sharp, B, and C sharp that way as well. So sixth string bar chords come from E, fifth string bar chords come from A. So you'd have A, A minor, and A7. And the big thing to always remember is where are you in relation to the nut. So if you're playing an A minor, remember you're right next to the nut. So if you're going to use this A minor shape and you're going to make A sharp minor, here's where A sharp would be, or B flat, whatever you want to call it. And there's your A minor shape. So this would be A sharp minor or B flat minor. Okay? Because it's right next to the nut, you see? A7, on the other hand, has a space in between. So when you move that up and make A7 into A sharp 7 or B flat 7, it has to have a space. There's nobody here. Okay? So those are fifth string bar chords, focusing on the A shapes and the notes on the fifth string. So we're memorizing both those. So at this point you should have all of your open chords pretty much done, majors, minors, and dominant sevenths, like A7, C7, that sort of thing. And now you've got your 6-string bar chords, which are major, minor, and 7th. And now you'd have your 5th-string bar chords, which also would be major, minor, and 7. Major, minor, and 7. So take a look at those. Hopefully that works for you, and I will talk to you soon.